It's been 1 week since the hurricane came through, and we've been running around, scrambling around, cleaning things up, and also working on maintaining some kind of power with the generator and whatnot. Again, this is the tree that snapped off, and I'm just amazed at how an oak tree can get snapped off clean like a match like that. That tree is about 1 foot in diameter. We've already started cleaning things up and starting piles of things, and we'll burn those as soon as they dry out a little bit more. But the videos that you're about to see are a bunch of clips that from the time that we came back from a friend's house. We had to walk home because we didn't stay here overnight, and we had to walk home because all the trees down in the street. And the videos are from the first 2 days of after the hurricane. This is our street. This is our street. This is the day after, well, actually the afternoon after the hurricane Idelia came through. We didn't spend the night in our house, and we're walking back about a mile to see what it looks like. And so far it looks right about where our house is. There's all kinds of trees down, so I'll get back to you in a minute. We're a little bit closer up the road. That mailbox right there is ours, and so we did the right thing about bugging out and not staying here overnight. Here's our driveway. It looks pretty rough, but actually it's not so bad. A little bit of cleanup and that'll be all right. You can't hardly tell it, but this is our driveway, and it doesn't show as good on the video, but when you look at it from the angle, it looks like the whole ground is covered with all of these leaves that were stripped off the trees. You can see up here in the trees are mostly defoliated on the top, and thank God for that, because if it wasn't, if they weren't, there would be more trees on the ground. So we've got some cleanup to do here in the driveway, just so we can even get in and out of the driveway. Tree down, limbs down. Another tree over here snapped off. All right, this is a follow-up video to the one where we approached the house to see it for the first time after the hurricane came through. Had to get the chainsaw out and cut this tree that's leaning over here from the side, leaning on the power line. Had to cut that off so I could get into the driveway. Further down the road, where it was totally closed off, it's just barely open down there. I'll probably take a walk down there a little bit later and check that out. But neighbor, as you can see, weaving his way through and around some of the big trees there, but the road is open. I walked a little further down the road, and I'm looking back towards where our driveway is. Our mailbox is like we're right there. And this is where, I don't know if it was a microburst or whatever, came right through here and snapped off this tree, took down that power pole, splintered it. Right there's the top of the power pole. So I guess when the tree snapped, it fell on the wires and pulled the pole down into it. And I'm thinking because this is just wide open field, when the wind came through here, it just started right there and started snapping off trees, because right across here, that's the corner of our property. And going through there all the way over to the chicken coop, there are trees that are uprooted and trees that are snapped off. You can see that a lot of them are defoliated right here. So this must have just funneled the wind right through this corner and tore everything up right here. All right, walking back to the driveway. You can see it. I don't want to really stand under it too much, but right there in the fork of that tree is completely uprooted. A huge pine tree leaning over the road. So you know that thing's going to come down, just like that one that's leaning across the road right there. You can see that the power line, this power pole was put in here to give us service. And you can see from the wires dangling that it's going to be a while before we have any power. Okay, I'm back in the property, standing back behind our shipping container, which is back here behind me. And I'm pointing the camera right at the angle of where that big tree out at the street or road came over and broke the power pole in half. You can see as the wind came through here, it's hard to tell because there's such a mess of limbs down, but there's trees uprooted, pushed over, and broken off right in line with that wind burst. And I don't know whether it was funneled through that field and concentrated right through here or what, but you can see that it took out a line of trees. That's the one that got snapped off. Took out a line of trees right through here, and those 4 trees in front of the chicken coop right down there. How fortunate that we are that this burst wasn't 50 feet over to the right. It would have hit our house. And now look, the back side of the container, that was not there before. And that tree was back there in the back. It was uprooted. You can see the root ball sticking up in the air. And then here was, I don't know whether it was that one or this one that was stuck up in the air, or that was uprooted. Anyway, we'll make quick work of that and get that on the ground. Well, we lost a tree about halfway up, got snapped off and fell down on the electric fence. So we'll have to get after that with a chainsaw. And walking further down here towards the chicken coop, man, we uprooted a big one. Yeah, that's going to be a real, and one broke off. But the chicken coop stayed. Maybe because of the guy wires I put on the chicken coop. This is lost 3 trees there. Wow, that's going to really open that up. And here's kind of a testimonial for using this type of electric fence. You can see that the tree fell over here on the fence, and also over here. And really, once I cut this, I expect it to be just pop right back up and be normal.